guys, and welcome back to Bad ASMR. We're just gonna get right into it today. We're gonna read some Finnegan's Wake. I said I was going to end the sessions with a little bit of reading from this, but I have to go to DC tomorrow. So sorry. I have to go to DC tomorrow, so it was hard for me to kind of get everything prepared. So please just sit back and listen to me read some silly words by Mr. James Joyce. We're gonna pick up where we left off last time. Of the first was he to bear arms and a name, was Sali Boozlau of Rissenborg. His crest was of heraldry, invert with ancillars troublent, argent, a hedgehog pursuivant, horrid horned. His scutcheon fest with archers strong, Helio of the second. Hooch is for husbandmen handling his hoe. Ho, 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 Mr. Finn, you're going to be Mr. Finnegan. Come day morm, and oh, you're a vine. Sendy's Eve, and ah, you're vinegar. Ha ha ha, Mr. Fun, you're going to be fined again. What that agent like brought about that tragedy Thursday, this municipal sin business. Our cube house still rocks, as ever witness to the thunder of his Arifadas. But we hear also through successive ages that Shebby Troyerish of Unklefeld. 1 second. I'm just gonna adjust this so I don't have to. A little bit better there. Lean up so much. Our clubhouse still rocks as ever witnessed the thunders of his Arafats, but we hear also through successive ages that Shebby Chorish of Unklefod, Meselheim Meselheim, that would blackguard eyes the white stone ever hurtled turd out of heaven, stay us whereof in our search for tighteousness. O sustainer, what time we rise, and when we take up the toothmick, before we lump down upon our leather bed. And in the night, and at the fading of the stars, for a nod to the Nabir is better than a wink to the Wabsanti. Other ways, west ways, like that provost scoffing between the Jebel and the Gyptian sea. Crop herb and crunch bracken shall decide. Then we'll know if the feast is a fly day. She has the gift of seek on sight. And she all casually answers helpers, the dreamy deer. Heed, heed, it may have been a misfired brick, as some say. Where was I? I'm so sorry. Or it might have been due to a collapsus of his back promises, as others looked at it. There extends by now 1,001 stories, all told of the same. But so sore did Abe its ivy holleride Abel's, what with the Walhall's horror of Rolls Royce, car hacks, stone engines, kissed veins, tram trees, forge ballers, autokinetons, hypohabilis, street fleets, turn-in taxis, megalofogs, circuses, and wards motes, and basilicurks, and arapagods, and the hoys, and the jolly brule, and the peeler, and the coat, and the Mecklenburg bitch bite at his ear, and the Merlinborough burrocks, and his 4 old poor-coats, the boar the moor. It's a lot of silly words. Blight black working stacks at 12 pins a dozen, and the noble buses slaying along Safety First Street, and the dairy jellybees snooping around Tell No Taylor's corner, and the fumes and the hopes and the strup and thumps of his vile ingenious Rome keepers, home sweepers, dome creepers, thurum, and the fancy mud murmured, and all the uproar from the arf roofs. A roof for May, and a reef for Hugh Butt under his bridge suits Tawny. Juan Warringfill felt tippling should she, McCall, ora, we ah, dee, die of a trying Thursday morning. Sobs they sigh did at Finnegan's Christmas wake all the hooligans of the nation, prostrated in their consternation and their dismally profusive plethora of utilation. There were plums and grooms and sheriffs and chitterers and raiders and cinnamon too, and all ginned in with the shoutmost joviality. Agog and Magog, and the round of them agrog, to the continuation of that celebration until Hannon Hunigen's extermination. Some in kinking chorus, more kank and keening, belling him up and filling him down. His stiff, but he's steady, is Priam Olim. 'Twas he was the decent gay laboring youth. Sharpen his pillow sconce, tip up his byre, ere aware in his whirl would ye hear such a din again. But with their deep brow fundings and the dusty fiddless, they laid him broad down alongst bed, with the apocalypse of Finisky for his feet, and the barrow-load of Guinnesses o'er his head, tea the tootle of the fluid hang in the twaddle of the fuddle Hurrah, there is but a young glaive for the owl globe wheels, view which in tautologically the same thing. Well, him a being so on the flounder of his bulk like an overgrown babbling, let we peep see at hom, well see PG he ought, platter plate, to or from, Boithy banks to round the head, or from the foot of the bill to irreligion's eye he calmly extensilize, and all the way a horn. 1 second. I'm just gonna adjust this again. It is so hot in the studio right now. You have no idea. Got no AC in here, so we can make the ideal. Oh, that's much better. The ideal ASMR videos. Maximum quiet. Where were we? In a swim, swum, and all the livy long night, the dale doubling night, the night of blurry bells. Her flit a flute in tricky troches, O Carina, wake him. With her Isavon as Savins, and her patter Jack Martins all about them ins and ouses, telling a tale of a tum, telling a toll of a teary-turdy tobbling. Grace before glutton, for what we are, gifts a gross if we are about to believe. So pool the bag and pass the kish for cross sake. Omen, so sigh us, Grum Puppis is fallen down, but Grinny spreads the brood. Was on the joint of a dish, Fin fo fom the fush, was be his bacon heed, a loaf of Singparian's Kennedy bread, and was hitched to the hop in his tile, a glass of Duna U. Denal's famous old Dublin ale. Where was I? But lo, as you would quaff off his fraud stuff, and sink teeth through that pith of a flower-white bodie, behold of him as a behemoth, for he is no Wemo Finesse, only a photograph of a Eastern scene, almost rubicund Salma Solar, ancient from the ages of the Agapenatus. He is smolten in our mist, woe becanned and packed away, so that meals dead off for summon, schlock, schleiss, and good rid hiring. Yet may we not see still Ginny seen all with her cistern shawl, while over against these bells alliance beyond ill 60, O low load ill, backside of the fort, bomb, tarabom, tarabom, lurk the ambushes, the sight of the laying in wait of the upjock and Hockamus. Hence, when the clouds roll by, jammy, a proud's eye view is. My book's falling apart. Enjoyable of our Moundings Mass, now Wallenstone National Museum with, in some greenish distance, the charmful Waterloose country, and the two quite white villagettes who here show of themselves in gigglesome minx to the folly ages and pretilies. Penetrators are permitted into the Musemount free, Welsh and the Paddy Parkinses 1 schlenk. Redsim members, invalids of old guard, find pussy pram to state the sort of butt. For her pass key supplied to the Ginatrax, the mistress Caith, tip, this the way to the musy room, mind your hats goin' in. Now yez are in the Wallendom musy room. This is a precious gun, this is a French tip, this is the flag of the Pushes, the cap and the Sorosser. This is the bullet that beyond the flag, the Prussius. This is the French that fire on the bull that bang the flag of the Prussians. Saloose the cruise guns, up with your pike and fork, tip, Billsfoot fine. This is the triple worn hat of Lippelum, tip, Lippelum hat. This is the Willing Dome, on his same white horse the Cokenape. This is the Shrouter, Willing done, grand and magnetic, magentic in his gold tin spurs and his ironed ducks, and his quarter brass woody shoes, and his magnate's garters, and his Hankook's best, and his coiler's galoshes, and his pull-upon easy-on watreuse. This is his big wide horse, tip. This is the 3 Lippelum boyne crouching down in the living ditch. This is an Inimeskilling Inglis. This is a Scrotcher Grey. This is a Davy Strooping. This is the Bog Lippelum mortaring the Lippelum Beg, a Gollywogger's argument. This is the petty Lippelum boy that was neither beg nor bug, a say, Touchelet Fitz, Toomish, Diddy McDyke, the Harry O'Hurry, all of them Arminus of Arminus. This is the Dalian Alps. This is the Montival. This is the Montipsy. This is the Grand Mons Injum. This is the Crinoline of the Alps, whooping to the shelter shock the 3 Lippelums. This is the Ginnies with their leghorns fainting to read in their handmade book of strategy while making their war undecides the Willing done. The Ginnises, the Cooin, her hand, and the Ginnises is a raven, her hair, and the Willing done get the band up. This is the big Willing done memorial tallow scoop. Wunderworker obsides on the flanks of the Ginnies. Is me Belgium sneaking his Philippi out of his most awful, grimsid sunshot Cromwelly, looted. This is the Ginnies, Hastings dispatched for to irrigate the Willing done, dispatched in thin red lines across the shorefront of me, Belgium. Yaw, 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 leaper o'er Thar, fear, seek and field, gaze thy tiny frow. Huge acting, nap, that was the tic-tacs of the Ginnies for 2 Fontany. The Willing done, she, the Gillies is Gillius, Agincourt, all the Lippelems, and the Lippelems is gone, boycottin' crazy on to the 1 Willing done, and the Willing done get the band up. This is Bode Belgium, bonnet to Bubsy, breaking his secret word with a haul up his ear to the Willing done. This is the Willing done's horrid old dispatch back, dispitch, disployed on the regions rare of me, Belgium. Salamangre, aye, cherry Ginnies, fig tree you. Damn fairy Anne, Voutry, Willing done, the splinters of cork, or to fire Tonneray tree, Tonneray, Bullseer play. This is the Camel Ray, this the Floodens, this is the Sulpharines in action, this is their Mobley, this is Panic Burns, Almagad, Almadagad, Arthes to lose, this is Willingdon Cry, Brum, Brum, come Brum, this is Ginny's Cry, Underwetter, Goat, Strip, Fin Lambs, this is Ginny's Rinning Away to their Ouster lists, Doin, a Bunker Shields, with a nip, a nippy nip, and a trip, trippy trip, so airy. For their hearts right there, Tip, this is me, Belgium's Tinky you, Tank you, Silver, Plate for Chichen, the crepes in the cool of his canisters. Pour the pay, this is the Bismarcks of the Marathon, Mary of the Ginnies they left behind them. This is Willingdon Brandlish, his same marmoreal tallow scoop. Say, Sophie Ski Po for his royal diversions on the Rinaway Ginnies. Gambariste de la Porch, Dalavares Femeries. This is the pettiest of the Lipaloms. Juver Thief, the spy on the Willingdon from his big white hearse, the Cap'n Hope, Stonewall Willingdon is an old Maxi Montremenny. Lipaloms is nice, hung bushelers. This is Hannah Hennessy laughing aloud at the Willingdon. This is Lipsy Dooley creaking the funk from the Hennessy. This is the Hindu Shamarshin between the Dooley boy and the half of the three-foiled hat of Lipolems Framad of the Bloodle Fifth. This is the Hindu waxing Ranji mad for the Bombouche. This is the Willingdon hanking the half of the hat of Lipolems up the tail on the backsides of his big white horse. Tip, that was the last joke of Willingdon. Hit, hit, hit. This is the same white horse of the Willingdon, Culpin Help waggling his tail scrub with the half of a hat of Lipolems to insult. On the Hindu Seaboy, Hene, Bullsrog Fowl. This is the Seaboy, Madra Sharats, up jump and pumpin' cry. Where was I lost my spot. Cry to the Willingdon, Ap Pukaru, Puka Europ. This is the Willingdon, born stable gentleman, tenders his max botch to the Kursigan Shamarshin. Bassacre you steed. This is the Dufreem, Seaboy blow the whole of the half of the hat of Lipolems off the top of the tail on the back of his big wide horse. Dip bullseye game. How Copenhagen ended. This way the moosey room. Mind your boots going out. Phew. What a warm time we were in there, but how Keeling is. Here the airabouts. We know where she lives, but you moosna telenons for the lamp of a jig-o'-lantern. It's a candle little house of a mouth and one windies. Down a down, high, down a down, and the numbered quantly mine. And such reasonable weather too. The vagrant's wind a waltz around the built downs on, and on every blasted nolly rock, if you can spot 50 I spy 4 more. There's that gnarly bird gathering, a run a little, do a little, pray a little, purr a little, whip a little, kicks a little, sever a little, eat a little, whine a little, kin a little, pelf a little, baffle a diddle, gnarly bird. A very tableland of bleak barred fields, under his 7 Rothschilds lies one lumperoar. His clav toe-side him, scud, under said, our pigeons pair are flown for North Cliffs. That is hard. I'm hoping as I do these videos I get a little better at reading them. Normally I won't just do the Joyce, I'll do some more sensory stuff and, visuals and but like I said, I was kind of strapped. I have to go to DC tomorrow at super early. So, thanks for watching. I'll make another video again, maybe another this week,